Ants are called the superorganism, okay? So, and it's a really incredible idea. One ant, the one ant that you see in your kitchen, is not the full creature, because that ant can't exist by itself. It needs the whole colony to exist. Its stomach, the thing that eats proteins and crumbs and the things that are in your space, it takes that food back to its nest and feeds it to the babies. And those are the stomachs of the ants. They digest the food and they give a little bit of sugar to the worker ant that again goes back out and finds more food. So the ants that we have here in San Francisco are called the Argentine ant. This is an invasive ant from Argentina. We have a massive colony of ants from San Diego to San Francisco. If you take one of those ants here in San Francisco and fly to LA, find a nest of them, put it right there, she'll start working with them like they were sisters all along. They are sisters. They're the same family. So this is an incredible species that finds food very well. They work really well together. They can move their whole colony in a couple hours. If it rains, that's why you see tons of ants outside, because they pick up everybody and they all start moving together. Just simple as that. They find food amazingly well. They do that by constantly looking kind of in a random way. If they find the food, they make almost a straight line back to their nest, and along the way, they find other ants and they kind of stop for a minute, talk to each other, share the food. Then the other ant that they just found follows the line that they left right back to the food, gets some more food and comes back. And they do this 100 times, recruiting other ants, and then you get those big ant trails. So that's it's an amazing thing. And those ant trails, what they are is it's an invisible chemical called a pheromone that they're leaving behind. And so it's like a road map. They're literally leaving a little, like a breadcrumb trail behind them, but it's a chemical trail. So that's another reason why the detergent water works so great. Because if you take a sponge of detergent water, you wipe up that ant trail, you kill the ants that are there, but then you're also removing that chemical trail that they left behind. So ants, why are they a pest? Nobody likes to have ants inside their house, right? They're a nuisance. They get into our food. You don't want to eat the food afterwards. They walk on everything, so they do the same thing as cockroaches, where they can contaminate, the food surfaces and the utensils that are there, and they're a nuisance. But those are the ants inside your house, not necessarily all the ants that are outside. I mean, we know that there are huge nests of them. We don't really have the motive to kill every ant in the world. We have the motive to keep them out of the house, where they are pests to us. So it's a small distinction. So the steps for controlling ants, first things, wipe up the ant trail with detergent water. So you find the ant trail and you see that they're coming out of the hole right there, right? So the next thing to do is to use one of the baits that we're providing you and put it right by that hole. Because what the ants are doing is they might come out of the hole in the corner of the room, trail all the way around the room, and then come up this table. And you really don't want them on the table, so you wipe that trail up, bring it back to where they came in, and then you put the bait over there. And so what it's doing is, instead of the ants finding the food up here, they're going to find it down there. They take the bait, they show other ants, hey, this is good food, come and get it. They make a trail to that, and over time, they're going to die slowly from the pesticide that's in the bait. And then the last thing to do is, after they take your bait, is to take the caulking that we're going to give you, or the sealant, and seal up that hole so they don't come through that anymore. So close the door.